Going on, everybody? Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Alright, what's going on, everybody? Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Alright. Big shout out to Kenneth here. Says, yep. Let me do this. Pop out chat real quick. Alright. So we got a lot of stuff to discuss today. Just want to make sure everything's running properly here. Kind of doing things a little bit differently. Being lazy, sitting at the couch instead of the chair. But yeah, shout out to Kenneth out here. We got Vision Pulse. Vision Pulse Fat Boy says bull trap right in. Yeah, I definitely think we got a bull trap coming in right now. But yeah, we got a lot to discuss. All right, we got a lot to discuss. So let's just wait till a little bit more people get in. Then we'll start discussing that. Put this, get some of that noise out. That should be slightly better. All right, we got a lot to discuss. I want to see how much better this sounds. A little bit more people get in. You're gonna hear a double echo for a second. Start discussing that. Put this, get some of that noise out. That should be slightly better. Yeah, slightly better. All right, good news, good news. All right, so shout out to everybody pulling up here to the chat. We got a lot to discuss today. A lot to discuss, so we're just gonna get right into it. Can you check Brett 2 in your opinion? Yeah, I can look at Brett, but first we're gonna go over Bitcoin. And yeah, I put Solana donations at the top and BNB donations, so if y'all want to donate to the live stream, go ahead and do it through that, or you can just send super chats. Without further ado, just let me know what else y'all want me to go over, so I'll cover Brett later on, but we'll start off with Bitcoin here. All right, so let's start with Bitcoin. So I was talking about Bitcoin in the other day, right? And you can see right here, as we were taking off, we had this ascending triangle, and I was pretty sure that this was the bull trap right here, and it ended up being a bit of a bull trap actually. You can see here that it did get rejected right there, and then it broke down to that support, but that 66.7k support was really strong. So it just did not want to go below that support because it was just such a strong support area, right? And we've seen this level being a problem for us before as resistance, right? If we go all the way back here, let's go back to 2024, you can actually see these levels were pretty strong as support and resistance areas back here. So you can kind of see, where we're coming from with this. We had strong areas of resistance back here in 2024 with resistance in September 2024, and then we used it as support in October 2024 before we, kept going with our rally. That level was used as support and resistance. So it's definitely an area of, I don't want to say confluence, but just the area of uncertainty for us. But we ended up breaking past it to the upside. So, it is what it is with that. But with that being said, there are a few things that could be affecting us in the near future here with this rally, right? This is a classic bull trap case. Honestly, some bears got trapped here. I'm not gonna lie, there was a bear trap there. And we actually seen 2 or 3 different patterns play out here. So I want to explain that before we explain what's happening next. So first, we had the overall ascending triangle, which we know is a bullish pattern, right? And then after our ascending triangle here, we then had this right here. Boom, 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 boom. So when we look at that, that is a bearish double top, right? So that was the first bull trap. So after that bull trap had happened, we came down here and then went boom, 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 boom. Just like the song, right? And that was a bullish double bottom. So we had the bearish double top, and then we had the bullish double bottom. So then pretty much the bears got trapped right there. So we had a bear trap, and then it continued to just take off, right? So as we continue to take off, we had some other traps, you know, kind of lining themselves up. This right here is considered a bull trap right here, because a descending triangle should have been bearish. We should have been bearish right there, right? But there was a bull trap, or I mean a bear trap. They trapped the bears. So they trapped the bears there again, and then it kept taking off to where it's at now. Now what do you think we are building now? What we are actually building is going to more than likely be another ascending triangle. And that's kind of how it's already forming out right now. So we have another ascending triangle here. So now we gotta decipher whether or not this is going to be a bull trap and trap the bulls, and instead of going up, going down, or is it a bear trap where we think that the bears are gonna get trapped and it just actually does what it's supposed to do, because ascending triangles are supposed to be bullish. So if we're looking at a balance of probabilities here, and we're thinking, all right, this is like a 72% chance, because look, if we look this up, what is the win rate for a ascending triangle? If we look up what the win rate for an ascending triangle is, it comes directly from TradingView. So this is as accurate as you can get for the success rate on an ascending triangle. So ascending triangles have a success rate of 72.77% to the upside, right? So when we come back here and we look at the first one that we were in, there was a 72% chance that we're going to break out to the upside, and we did break out. And then we kind of dumped, but we kept going. So it was true there, right? And now we have another one. So there's another 72% chance. So let me know if you guys are following along in the chat. I'm going to check what you guys are saying. Yo, hey, shout out to Craig Beats. It says, how's it in the Philippines, bro? Y'all might start to get shortages soon. Make sure you're safe out there. Yeah, I'm out here in the Philippines. It's actually 3 a.m. out here right now. And yeah, gas prices have been skyrocketing. It was like 50 pesos per liter. And now I think it's at 100 pesos per liter, which is a pretty significant increase. It's a double, actually. But Iran and the Philippine, not Philippine leader, but like their foreign, you know, their foreign national leader, not their foreign national leader, but their foreign national negotiator, negotiated something where they can get some oil through the Strait of Hormuz, so, or whatever they call it. So any Philippine vessel that goes through there is going to be let through. So they're actually getting that done right now. But yeah, it's all right out here though. Hey, shout out to Rickaroo. Big shout out to you. Good afternoon, member of the channel. Big shout out to Rickaroo. Big shout out to Stevenson and IMT. So let me know what you guys want me to cover. I'll be covering the members' request first, and then we'll go over everybody else's requests. Big shout out to Jimmy Durham. Big shout out to Jimmy Durham, long supporter of the channel. So yeah, big shout out to you guys. But yeah, we'll keep covering Bitcoin here. Shout out to Rickaroo. I just decided randomly that I wanted to go live. Big shout out to Stevenson, and I was just it's like 3 a.m. so I'm not tired, so I'm like, I might as well go live because I haven't made a video yet, and I didn't make a video yesterday because of the whole Easter thing. Jimmy Durham says, hey, what's up, Craig Beats? Jimmy Durham said, I told you 125 may have been the height of the bull market. I think we'll hit 40 through 25k Bitcoin before we go back to 120k. Yeah, I think that's a possibility. I'm looking at 28 to 30k. So yeah, 25 to 30k is my range for the bottom. $50 Sol and $1 XRP and 5-cent Doge. Yeah, those are definitely possibilities there. Definitely. But yeah, so we're at a ascending triangle here, and this is kind of a bad area for us to be playing around in. Well, it depends if you're bullish or bearish, honestly. If you're bearish, it's a bad area because you don't know what's about to happen at this point, but that's what we're here to decipher. So look, we have this ascending triangle essentially that's playing out right now. Now let's go to the 4 hour. Then if you look at the 4 hour, we're coming up here to this resistance at about 71k, 71 to 72k. So the thing is, if we do come up to this area, and honestly this is going to be more like an area of resistance and not just a normal resistance line, we're going to be looking anywhere from 73k to 72k. That's really what we're looking for, 73 to 72k. So that if we are to pass that area, that is going to put us at a even stronger chance to continue on an uptrend here. Previous resistance we had was all the way up here at about 70, let's just call it 76k. Let me actually get that on 76. But yeah, that's going to be at about 76k because we had resistance right up there at 76. So right up there, and then we had support right here. I'm pretty sure there was more levels. I don't even have to look back here to know that that was a major level for us. Yep, 76k back here, almost touched it right there. And then we had a huge area of not really huge area, but you know, you can tell the second it hit this area, it started to kind of trend on that support line. So 76k is definitely a level that we want to watch out for, and it's our last previous high, which is going to make it a even more significant level. So that is going to be one of the most important levels that we want to check actually. So if we break past this level right here, cool. If we break past 72, 73k, cool. But then we also have to watch out for 76k. If 76k is broken, then we're immediately coming up here to 79/80k. But I'll tell you what I think personally. I think personally this is another bull trap. I do think it might go a little bit higher. I think we're actually going to end up possibly breaking above this ascending triangle. And the reason why I mentioned that, and again, ascending triangle is bullish. The reason why I mentioned that is the percent R trend exhaustion. If it doesn't max out and just dump right here, then it's going to continue upwards and then eventually pull back. So that's what I'm looking for. So we'll have to wait for that. But we have some stuff coming out. That's the important FOMC meetings or minutes, April 8th. So tomorrow for me, 2 days for you guys. Yeah, because Philippines is 12 hours ahead. So April 8th at 2 p.m. So April 8th, 2 p.m. That's what we're going to be looking at. And that's going to be on Wednesday. And that's a very, very important meeting. GDP growth rate is going to be put out on the 9th. Which the 9th, I got my days all messed up. The 9th is going to be Thursday. So that's going to be important. And then the inflation rate, year over year, core inflation rate, that's going to be put out on the 10th, which is going to be on Friday. So this whole week, we're going to be getting financial information that's going to be shaping the direction of the market. So honestly, technical analysis at this point is kind of like, does it really matter? Because all this other stuff that's coming out, that's really going to be the decider there. But yeah, that's what's up. Oh yeah, I read that. 73k then. Yeah, 73k and then down. That is definitely a possibility. So that's what we're looking at for right now. Oh, gotta crack my back. But yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. Bullish divergence here on the daily chart. If you look at the MACD, we're getting these higher lows right here on the MACD. Let me pull up our divergence chart. Bullish divergence, as you can see right there. Higher low on the MACD while simultaneously getting lower lows on the chart, which we're not really getting lower lows on the chart right now, but we are getting higher lows on the MACD. But yeah, actually no, this was a lower low, but this one right now, we gotta see whether or not it's gonna continue downwards. So yeah, bullish divergence, we should see this thing breaking up a little bit more, but like I said, this area up here is going to be like the most important area for us to look at. So that's pretty much what's going on in Bitcoin. Percent R trend exhaustion on the 30-minute chart is overbought. the short-term trend here. If it comes back up to the long-term trend, we're going to see a bigger push forward, and then eventually we're going to have that pullback. So we're going to see if we pass this and then eventually get rejected at 73K, like Jimmy Durham was just saying. So that's actually a possibility that we do get rejected at that 73K level, if we're looking at the indicators to see what the indicators are saying, or that's what Craig's Beat said. Hey, shout out to David Dalman, another member of the channel. Big shout out to you. If you have any questions, if you want me to go over anything, definitely let me know. I'm gonna go over the members request first. So Rickaroo and David Dalman, 2 members in the chat. Big shout out to you guys. I'll go over what you guys want me to cover first. We kind of covered a good amount of Bitcoin. There are still a lot of things I want to cover here with Bitcoin, so let me cover that now too. All right. Okay, so our fear greed index is at a 38. We're going into neutral zone, which is surprising. Honestly, I thought we were about to have a huge dump right here, but we ended up breaking out. Let me go back, because we had this. Actually, let me go back to the daily chart. Daily chart. Yeah, because we had this area here, which was our bear flag. And let me get all that out. Let me get that out. Or no, not all of it. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. We had the bear flag here. And if this bear flag keeps going up here, then that was a bear trap. But honestly, what I think they're doing, they're trying to trap everybody right now, right? So, for instance, the bears just now got trapped, right? They just now trapped the bears. And now the bulls are in full effect. But now that they just trapped the bears down here, now what they're going to do is they're going to trap the bulls. They're using people as exit liquidity. They're now about to trap the bulls either up here at 73K or up here at 76K. And then if we pass 76K and we get up to 80K, now we got to start looking forward a little bit. Now we got to start thinking about possibly retracing back up to like 90K if we pass up here, right? So if we pass 76K, we got to start thinking about 80K and possibly 90K if we get past 80. I don't think it's going to happen like that. I think this is just a bull trap right here, because we already trapped the bears, and this is what they do. This is what they do. This is what the elites do when they're trying to take your money. I have to look at SPY really quick because I was trading that earlier. Let's see what it's doing. Yeah, so this is what we call a bull flag. I was watching the speech that Trump was doing earlier, seeing what was happening. And at the start of the speech, it started to dump. It started to dump, and then it kind of just turned around. Like, it started to dump, and then Trump just started to talk about war stuff. He wasn't really too specific on some things. He just started talking about war stuff, just how they rescued some soldiers. But yeah, we had a bull flag here, so I was expecting it to break out, and that's exactly what we got here on the SPY S&P 500. This right here, you can consider this a pennant, a bearish pennant, but this is honestly like a bullish pennant at this point, because we entered into it from an uptrend, which is pretty much a symmetrical triangle, bullish symmetrical triangle, or bullish pennant if you want to say that. So we'll see what happens there, but it doesn't mean it has to go up. It's only like a 54% win rate for those. But I am kind of leaning a little bit bearish with that, because we are overbought on the percent arc trend exhaustion. So I'm looking, pretty much what I'm saying is I'm looking to do puts into the market tomorrow. So I'm not going to buy them yet. I'm going to wait till tomorrow though, see how the market opens for the stock market. And then depending on how it opens tomorrow, I might just do puts. But that would kind of coincide with what we got going on inside of Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin breaks out now and then by tomorrow, stock market opens and stock market starts going down, we could see Bitcoin also getting rejected at 73K and then going down. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. 80K LOL, it's almost topped now. Yeah, it's at 69.8K right now, almost at 73. Are you trading oil? I will stay away from oil and any stock profiting off this war. It's a sad choice to make. It's a sad choice to make. No, I'm not trading oil. I'm only messing with the SPY. Honestly, because like if you look at oil, it's just anything that Trump says is going to influence it. Like, right, if Trump says they're attacking Iran, oil might just start going down again. If they say they're making a deal, it's gonna go up again. So I'm not gonna mess with it because it's too risky, honestly, too risky. But yeah, it's not worth it. But yeah, I see what you're saying on like a moral point of view too. But yeah, I'm not really messing with oil. Just messing with the SPY specifically. I'm not messing with any other stocks other than the SPY because it has the most liquidity, easiest to trade. Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it. But yeah, because the press conference that Trump just now had, it just now shut off. So I was like, I might as well do a live stream. They were talking about how they're trying to make a deal with them, talking about how they did their largest attack on Iran, and they rescued their soldier, and just trying to paint himself as a war hero, pretty much. That's pretty much how that was going. But yeah, there's no important information whatsoever inside of that press conference as it pertains to like stocks. But now if you're talking oil stocks now, there's definitely an influence there for oil stocks, but for normal stocks, no. But Bitcoin rebounds near 70K, but Charles Schwab is now launching a direct trading app. That's actually pretty big because most large-scale investors, like not large-scale investors, I will say most older investors, right? People like 40, I'll even say 50 and older, who generally have more money than people like me and just younger people in general. They have more money than us, like, let's be honest. Like the older people, that's where the wealth is centered right now. Like they have the money. And they use Charles Schwab. And Charles Schwab is from back in the days, right? And I honestly use Charles Schwab too because they have a debit card. They have the Charles Schwab debit card that has 0 transaction fees for for foreign payments, foreign ATM withdrawals. You get the ATM rebates. I get like $20 something back every month from all the ATM fees that I get from out here in the Philippines. But Charles Schwab is now making a direct trading app, and I also believe they're also now adding crypto. So they're also going to be adding crypto to Charles Schwab. So that's actually pretty big. All right, and as you can see here, they're talking about it as well here. So let's see what they're saying here. They're saying as traders betting that prices would go lower were forced to sell their positions, more than 274 million in short positions have been liquidated. So shorts are getting liquidated. Like I said, they're bear trapping people, taking the bear's money, pushing it up, and then once it gets up to a certain point, they're going to bull trap people and they're going to take the bull's money. So they already took a bunch of money from the bulls, and everyone has switched to bears. Everyone was like, hey, it's going to start going down now. And then, well, all of a sudden now it's bullish, right? That's usually how it works. But that's why it's good to be ahead of the crowd. So while everyone's looking towards the bullish narrative and they're looking towards it going all the way up here, I'm like, yeah, when it gets up here, or if it gets up here, this is not going to be an area where I'm willing to buy. Like this is going to be an area where I'm like, all right, if it doesn't pass and it gets rejected here, that's a short opportunity. That is a short opportunity in my eyes. Jimmy Durham says, what do you think the Fed chair will do? Will he slash rates ridiculously to artificially inflate the markets? Current Fed Chairman Jerome Powell ends his term on May 16th. Well, honestly, he might just do something as a middle finger to Trump. So whatever is the opposite of what Trump wants, he might just do the opposite just to give Trump a middle finger. But I don't know, because I don't know if he would want his legacy to be like ruined by a stupid decision. So that's a hard choice to make right there, right? Because Trump is all ego. So Jerome Powell is more methodical with how he has, done the interest rates, but Trump's all ego. So if he wants to give Trump the middle finger, will he let his ego get in place and do the opposite of what Trump wants? So I don't know. We'll have to see on that one. So yeah, that's what we got right there. Let's close this. That's crazy. Bitcoin market trapped between two key zones. Plan number 1, break below 66K to 62K target. Plan number 2, push above 72K, 76K plus next week. Pretty much what I was saying earlier. I favor plan number 1, but I don't ignore plan number 2. And this is the most important thing. I'm also leaning more bearish. Like, I agree with the first thing he said. Like, I'm leaning more bearish. But I'm not going to ignore the bullish side. I'm not going to ignore the bulls. Like, even though I'm more bearish because we're in a bear market, I'm not going to ignore what the bulls got going on. Because the bulls are taking over right now. So what this guy is saying is this general range right here. He's saying this whole range right here is a range you want to watch. Which is definitely a range you want to pay attention to. I just have this smaller one because there's going to be a small opportunity tomorrow for short. If we get rejected here, there's going to be a small opportunity to possibly do like a short from 73K Bitcoin down to 72, continued upwards if it continues upwards. But there might be an opportunity if we hit 73K, a very small opportunity to do some type of short right there. So I'm gonna be watching that. I'm gonna be watching it. But yeah, that's what I'm looking out for right now. So yeah, what are you guys thinking about this so far? What are you guys thinking? Because right now, like I said, I'm leaning more bearish on things. But anything could happen. Anything could happen at this point. Let's go over to a cleaner Bitcoin chart too. Yeah, this Bitcoin chart is much cleaner. Let's take this off. All right. So another way we can spin this, with the cleaner chart, you can kind of see more than what you would see without the cleaner chart. So we could kind of spin it in the direction of saying this is currently building a bearish pennant, which we know is a bearish signal. So yeah, possibility is forming a bearish pennant. So if this is the case, still same levels we're mentioning right here around 73, 72K. Same level I have pretty much marked right here, 73, 72K. So yeah, whether you want to look at it from a bear flag perspective or the bearish perspective right here, the bear pennant. In other words, also a bearish symmetrical triangle. Jerome Powell can't wait to kick back. Yeah, he's gonna do something to give Trump the middle finger. He might. I've been hearing people say, "Oh, they're going to raise interest rates. They're going to raise the interest rates." But I don't know. At this point, you just gotta wait. I feel bad for the new pencil neck that's about to be the head. Honestly, I wouldn't feel bad for him. He's like a Trump puppet. Whatever Trump wants, he's gonna do. So the new Fed is gonna do everything Trump wants. If Trump wants them to print a bunch of money, he's printing money. You know, if Trump wants them to lower interest rates, that's what he'll do. Honestly, I think the interest rate should be lowered. If they can just lower it, that's gonna send the market up. You know, if they start to hike the interest rates up, that might not be too good. It's gonna make it more expensive to borrow money. But yeah, I want them to lower it. That's a bear flag, 72% chance it's going down. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning before. So this, as you can see here, bear flag, you can spin it either way, saying, hey, it's a bear flag. If you draw it a little bit differently, you can say, hey, it's a bear pennant. Either way, it's a bearish signal. So yeah, I think it is gonna continue downwards. I just think that we are gonna push up one more level up. I think we might get up to 73, 72K again and then get rejected, because we have this, oops, wrong thing. We have this ascending triangle building up, which is possibly going to be bullish if it pushes past it upwards. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this ascending triangle here. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. We're hitting a slow, gradual sell-off here too on the MACD for the 30-minute chart. So we'll see if it just says screw the whole ascending triangle altogether and just dumps. Just completely bull traps people, just like it just now bear trapped people. I've been scalping on Monad. It's been treating me well. Yeah, Monad's been doing actually pretty good. Lately, I've been seeing the prices moving. What was I looking at? Yeah. What are you trading Monad on? Are you trading it on Avantis5? Avantis5? I don't know if they have it on there actually. Might as well look at it. I don't know if they have Monad on here. But yeah. Let's see if they do. I'll put the link for Avantis there. That's my little affiliate link on there. Well, I want to see if they have any Monad. Let's see Monad. Yeah, they do have Monad on here. 0% long, 100% short. That's what people are looking at. Volume is pretty low on Monad on here though. So yeah, it probably wouldn't be the best idea to trade Monad on here. Volume's too low, $4,600. Bitcoin has decent volumes on Avantis though, 309 million. But yeah, Monad is way too low to make any type of profit. Craig, Solana isn't that far from those numbers based on the chart. It could easily crash below $50. It's not like Solana has been a juggernaut. How do you think Avantis will go? No, I traded on Coinbase since my trading volume is high enough for low fees. Yeah, it's best to do it on something that has higher volume as well, because trading volume is just too low for Avantis when it comes to Monad. And yeah, you're probably using Coinbase Pro. How low do you think Avantis will go? I don't know. I think they should increase the rates. People will ultimately stop spending, and it will bring prices down. I mean, yeah, if you want prices to go down, that'll be a good option for them. If you just want the prices to drop. So yeah, it would force the market to dump. And all right. I'm going to start going over altcoins in a second here, guys. So we're going to start covering altcoins. But yeah, it will force the market to dump. The most important thing to look at for that is going to be the SPY. I recently just took all of the micro support and resistance lines off of my SPY chart, and now I'm kind of like recreating it for a day trading perspective, because I've been day trading SPY. Let me take that off temporarily. So yeah, if they raise interest rates, I want to see SPY coming all the way down here to 549, because we've been trading in this range forever, and this would be an easy layup. This would be an easy layup, right? The last time it happened was 2025, when Trump did his little stunt. Well, what did he call it? I don't know. They have all these funny names, like these video game names. Like they did Operation Epic Fury. Like, this is like a video game. Come on now. They're literally treating war like a video game at this point. When Trump did his trade war and his Liberation Day, that was this drop right here. And then we had the COVID situation all the way back here. We had the COVID dump. So yeah, we've been trading in this zone since 2019. And then before that, we were in a zone for way longer. Before that, we were from 2009, all the way up here to 2018. So yeah, that was a long time. And now what we're seeing again, from 2019, to all the way up here where we are now at 2026. So I'm thinking if we dump here inside of the SPY and we come down to like 550 and we touch the trend line down here, this is going to be an easy layup. Like, all you got to do is buy some stocks and let it rise. Whether you're doing options or whatever, options could be a little more riskier, but that's why you want to put the options at least a year out. If we do get down here, it'd be good to put it like a year out. But yeah, that would be the easiest layup if we can come all the way down here to 550. If not, we might stop within this range right here. Like, this might be the range that we stop, anywhere from 610 down to like 580, or possibly down to 550. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. I gotta get my little trading lines back. Okay, we got 7 minutes left of the stock market. Let me see if there's any opportunities for me before it closes. Because today I couldn't make any trades because I was being super indecisive, because this is a bull flag. But what I really wanted to do is this right here. This is what I should have done. But like, Trump started speaking, and I'm like, I don't like trading when Trump is talking. When Trump is talking, trading is very risky. And I'm like, this thing could continue to dump. So yeah, I just didn't want to do it because I knew he was about to start speaking. Prices start dumping, and I'm like, all right, I'm not even gonna mess with it. But that would have been an easy layup. Easy layup. Coinbase Pro, yep. Jimmy, I wouldn't be surprised to see sub $20 Solana at the end of the year. Global depression incoming in 2008 style crash. Epic Fury equals 6 out of 7, or 6/7, which is funny. If you use the alphabet to numbers, it equals 6/7. Yeah, I also read that the whole 6/7 thing, there's also something demonic about it. So, go figure. But yeah, let me cover some altcoins. So let's go over the altcoins people have been mentioning. If any of the members want to make a recommendation, go ahead and do it. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and cover first. If I don't know if you're still here, mid 98 lo-fi. If you're still here, let me know. Then I'll cover Brett if you're still here. Because if you're not still here, then I'm not gonna cover it, right? So yeah, let me know if you're still here. And then who else wanted an altcoin coverage? I guess we can cover Solana since we're kind of talking about it. And then let me know if you're still in here, mid 98 lo-fi. And then we can cover that. Yeah, I pulled all my money out because it's April 6/7, so I'm gonna wait until it passes. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. So now Solana. Let's pull up Solana. I don't know. I don't want to look at the 5 minute. Let's get some long-term charts coming in for Solana. Okay, Solana versus Bitcoin. So yeah, we're at oversold areas for everything. So a relief rally wouldn't be too, it wouldn't be too out of the picture to see a relief rally. So we have the MACD showing bullish divergence, getting lower lows, right, while simultaneously getting lower lows on the charts while simultaneously getting higher lows on the MACD. So we have our bullish divergence happening. So that's a good signal. And the next thing would be a nice breakout. This is on the weekly chart though. It'd probably be best to look at the daily chart. So yeah, kind of the same thing on the daily chart actually. Bullish divergence still showing up on the daily chart. Lower lows here. Percent return exhaustion pretty much oversold here on the daily chart, but not oversold by that much. There's still a possibility it can come down a little more. But we have the same signals being shown at us here. Yeah, you can spin it either way like I mentioned before. And for Solana, it's actually looking like Solana is showing a descending triangle, which is slightly different than Bitcoin actually. So yeah, I take it back. You can't only look at Bitcoin. Because yeah, Solana is showing a descending triangle, but it's still a bearish pattern. Right, any way you try to spin it, it's still a bearish pattern. Oh, here it is. Descending triangle. Looking bearish as ever. So yeah, we're looking pretty bearish on Solana. What did you decide on with Pippin? No, I didn't talk about Pengu. We'll talk about Pippin since Rickaroo is requesting that. And big shout out to Rickaroo for being a member. If you guys want to join and be a member, I go over anything the members want me to go over. We'll cover Pippin right now. And I know Congress better not give 1.5 trillion for defense. Yeah, they've been spending too much. Serious if Bitcoin drops 50% plus from here to 30K-ish. You saying Solana stops at 50? No, Solana. I agree here. Solana is gonna take a huge beating. Like we're gonna be seeing $20 Solana. Yeah, maybe 30. Actually, I'll look at that. I would have 3. Is that 30 or is that 3K? I'm looking a little dyslexic right now. 3K for Baby Doge, XRP, Solana, and Dogecoin Stash. Please let it crash. I have some cash ready to buy some cryptos. What is the best time to buy, or should I wait some time? Honestly, I would wait right now. Like right now, yeah, I wouldn't touch it right now. But yeah, let's cover Pippin. See what I would decide with Pippin. Maxi. Okay, so I did make a video the other day on Pippin. Alright.
On the 4-hour chart.
Pippin coin
And
just
the
formed
daily
a
chart
massive bull trap. Wait, that was a month ago.
Didn't issue any sell signals like it did the last time, which means that this could be a bull trap, right? They could be trying to trap.
And I did get this one right last time. Yeah, that was when it was at 79 cents. I called it right at the top. It was like, get out now.
Printed on the chart. And then when you look at the current standard, lower highs.
The one I'm looking for though is not that. Oh yeah, I'm looking
higher
for
highs printed on
this
the chart.
coin. So
Now
there's
we're
something.
at 79 cents.
Let me close that. Oh, let me turn this on. That was probably echoing a little bit right there.
What's going on, everyone? So today I want to talk about what I think might
All right, so
billion inside of market cap. Not billion, but what we're seeing here looks like an uptrend pattern.
yeah, this is Pippin at
has
6
been following
cents.
for a while. So as you can see here, at the end of $1 million in market cap. But I will show you exactly the exact how they continue 3 months. We
All right, I'm not gonna play this whole thing,
come down lower.
but long story short, I think right here,
Out here, and it's kind of trading sideways a little bit, but I think it can come down lower. All right, and I think that would be the best case scenario for anyone who wants to try to get 100x on this, to not buy in unless you see it at 10 million, possibly even 20.
all right. So pretty much what I said here, best case scenario, you want Pippin to come down to about 10 million market cap. It has dropped a lot since then. Honestly, it's completely dumped. It's like the day I made that video. Like someone might have been watching. I think there might have been a Pippin whale that was watching that video. Because the day I made the video, exactly what I said was about to happen literally started to happen. And I've been seeing this with a lot of these coins. Like a lot of these smaller coins, like I'll make a video and then it'll dump. Siren did the same exact thing. I made the video about Siren and Siren dumps heavily. Like Siren did a complete dump. And I was telling people get out now because they're trying to bull trap you. They're trying to use you as exit liquidity. They're trying to scam you. That's exactly what happened in Siren. I made the video, like the first video I made up here, it dumped. And I think I made a video again around here, it dumped again. Telling people get out, and it just keeps dumping. But yeah, I think the same thing might have happened with Pippin. Someone might have been watching and ended up dumping. Because I made this video, 3 days ago, April 3rd. Let's do 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, April 3rd. Yeah, that's when it had the massive dump. Literally the day I made the video. As soon as I made the video, this thing started to dump huge. So I think a whale might have watched the video because I was like, you probably want to get in around 10 million market cap because it's probably going to keep coming down. And it's not there yet. It's actually at 34 million. So I still suspect that Pippin will go down to 1 cent. And at 1 cent, that's when it'll be a $10 million market cap. And there's a possibility it can go lower than 1 cent. Right, because I only chose like the 1 cent area as like that support because if you look back here, that's like the last major support, right? We've had major support twice at 1 cent. So we've had it here and we've had it right here, and it's actually a little bit below 1 cent, 0.00964, and then we had the same support right down here. So 1 cent makes sense. no pun intended. 1 cent makes sense, and it could come a little bit below 1 cent. And if it does that, 0.005 will be a $5 million market cap, and that'll be an even cheaper buying opportunity. So yeah, for Rickaroo, I would say. Oh wait, did I close the chat? Yeah, I did. Let me pull that back up. I'll pop out. Alright, yeah, so I would definitely say that you would definitely be smart to wait if you're going to get in on Pippin for Rickaroo. So yeah, I think around 5 to 10 million market cap would be the best idea. I know before I said 10 to 20 million, but after I seen that huge dump, there's still some whales waiting to offload. So I think 10 million market cap is still good. But if you can get in at 5 million, it'll probably be better. But yeah, I haven't talked about Pengu. I'll talk about that. No problem, Rickaroo. No problem. But yeah, I'll talk about Pengu. The guy that was requesting Brett, I don't think he's here anymore. It was mid 98 lo-fi. If you're here, let me know. If you're not, then I'm not going to go over it. So I don't think anyone else wants to hear about Brett. But if you're here, you asked first. So yeah, I'll cover Pengu in a second. Yeah, I haven't talked about Baby Doge in a while, so I guess I can cover that too. Because Jimmy Durham here, you mentioned Baby Doge. I haven't talked about that in a long time. I have some cash ready to buy some cryptos. It's the best time. Yep, definitely should wait. I've mentioned that already. Baby Doge coin, I like how we're hanging around top 350. Yeah, I'll definitely go over that. I might buy in the summer. Heavily depends on the market sentiment, the war, etc. Yeah. Usually just a sweater. Hey, shout out to you. You supported me on Kick, but nobody else came to Kick. Nobody else came to help me out on Kick, man. But yeah, shout out to you for being my first and only Kick. I can't even speak right now. It's 4 a.m. now out here, 4 a.m. But yeah, my first Kick subscriber. So big shout out to you for that support. So yeah, if you want me to, whatever you want me to go over, usually just a sweater, let me know. Okay. Almost forgot what I was about to go over. All right, so we're gonna talk Baby Doge, and we're gonna talk Pudgy Penguins. All right. So Pudgy Penguins is kind of in the same area as Solana and all the other meme coins. So they're literally kind of trading within the same ranges. There's also I forgot what we call this channel. I forgot what these type of channels are called. They're like side-by-side channels, kind of like this, and they trade within a channel. I forgot what they call those. But it was trading inside of this rising wedge / bear flag, and then it broke down out of that, and now it's kind of trading within another channel. So Pudgy Penguins is just gonna do the same. It's gonna follow all the altcoins right now. Like whatever the top altcoin, like Solana, is pretty much gonna follow those type of coins, and it's not gonna break off from the squad, the pack. Only certain altcoins break off from the pack, and Pudgy Penguins is not that right now. Like you gotta have like a certain type of retail hype for that, whereas Pudgy Penguins just has like a cult like following, but they don't have like the retail degen hype. Right, Pudgy Penguins has a lot of Asian subscribers, a lot of Asian people that watch and follow Pudgy Penguins, but a lot of people inside of Asia, they're not degen gamblers, so they don't do degen trading like that. But Pudgy Penguins built a huge fan base out in Asia, but they don't do degen gambling in Asia. That's why Pudgy Penguins is kind of just following the market. That's what I've been noticing about the trading patterns of Pudgy Penguins. But something like Pippin, like that's just a degen gambling play. So you see it randomly go up 100% and then down the next day 50%, because the degens has completely taken over that project. But yeah. Pudgy Penguins, I would expect another drop coming here pretty soon. 0.005 for Pudgy Penguins. On the hourly chart here, we just now got, I call these sell signals, but it's really just a reversal trend here on the %R trend exhaustion. So now we're reversing into selling pressure, overbought here on the %R trend exhaustion. So you're gonna see it pulling back some, probably down here to 0.006 flat. 4-hour chart, let's pull that up. Starting to curve here. This is the long-term trend, the blue line. This is the short-term trend, the white line. Anytime you see it coming far past it, I know I mention this all the time, but I have to explain it, because if there's new people watching, they have to understand what's going on. Whenever you see it coming far past the trend here, it's got to come back down, and that pulls the price down. And that does it every single time. Short-term trend goes past the long-term trend, pulls back, drops the price. Does the same thing here, pulls back, drops the price. Only when they go up together is it a bullish trend. Only when they go up together is it bullish. Like when you see them going up together, bullish. Back in January 1st, I don't even have to look back there to know what it's doing back there. All I gotta know is that they're going up together, so it's going to be bullish. And January 1st, where are we at with that? Oh wait, 2026. Oh, yeah, super bullish. So yeah, that's when actually the bullish rally started. January going into July. Yeah, that was a huge bullish rally. So yeah, Pudgy Penguins, we're gonna see that pulling back some more. Baby Doge is trading inside of a bear flag, so that is not good. They are doing something related to burns. I don't know if they burned all the coins yet, but they're supposed to. But yeah, let's go over Baby Doge here. Let me read the chats first. Thanks, pal. All right. Oh yeah, I already read that. Do you think Zora is more profitable than Pengu? That's a good question. I would say no, because Pengu has a bigger fan base, and Zora is built on base. A lot of base projects, unfortunately, aren't holding their value. Like, a lot of base projects aren't holding their value too well. But Pengu has a die-hard fan base. Zora has a good fan base too. But yeah, at this point, altcoins are completely controlled by the fans, right? At this point, it's not even about investors and buyers. It's about fans. Like, if people like the coin and they're fans of the coins are going to do well. And Zora actually hasn't been doing too bad compared to some coins, but it's such a new project that you don't know how it's going to play out. Whereas Pudgy Penguins is new crypto-wise, but NFT-wise and community-wise, Pudgy Penguins is solidified. It's solidified inside the Web3 space because of that. So coin-wise, it's a little new, but Web3-wise, not as new. Not as new. So, yeah. I have you on Kick, but I never see when you on. Yeah, I haven't been on in a while because usually when I go live on Kick, nobody shows up. And Kick is weird. Kick doesn't give notifications. Like, and I don't even think Kick has an app. I don't even think they have an app. And if they do have an app, their app isn't like developed that well because no one gets notifications for Kick. So I guess I'll just stick with YouTube. But I'm gonna still do Kick, but I feel like Kick is gonna be for my other stuff. Like, I'll do YouTube for the crypto stuff, but I have a travel channel too. So like with Kick, you can play music. I could go to like a club out in Thailand, one of those go-go bars, and you guys can see how the bars are out in Thailand, and I could play music without getting demonetized. I could show the girls on stage. You could do whatever on Kick. So that's what I'm gonna use Kick for, like the wild content. I'll put some wild content on there. That's why I just bought this mic actually on Philippines version of what's it called of Amazon. It's called Lazada, and I just bought a DJI mic on there. So I'm gonna be doing some live stuff, some IRL live stuff soon. Because I've been getting bored out here, so I got to do something. Do you think Zora? Oh yeah, I already answered. But yeah, I think Toshi and Turbo will do good next bull run. Yeah, I mean, Toshi and Turbo should do good. Zigzag/flat. Would the Pengu card change anything with retail hype? No, probably not. Lucas said it will flip Doge next bull run. It's probably not going to do much, but people are going to love it. People are going to love it because it's going to make it easier for people to spend, and especially because Pengu is so big in Asia. They love having easy forms of cash and payments and transferring money out in Asia. They love the easy forms of payments and stuff like that because, their bills are so huge. Like, they love Pudgy Penguins in Thailand and Bangkok, and 1,000 Thai baht is only $30. So if you can just slash it in half, like, it makes it so much easier. I had a question about the percent trend exhaustion chart for Bitcoin. On the 15, 30, and hourly chart, it shows downward momentum. The price is still holding where it's at, though. Okay, for Bitcoin, let's pull that up. Where's Bitcoin at? There it is. Let's do it on this chart. This chart's cleaner. $15.30 an hourly shows downward momentum. The price is still holding where it's at though. Okay, so that is because when you see the white line, the short-term trend drop, that just means it's a short-term trend downwards. But if the long-term trend is staying up, that means the price, the momentum is going to stay up. The main thing you want to follow is the long-term trend. The long-term trend, the blue line, is what matters the most. The short-term trend just shows you the temporary direction. So the reason why it's still holding up and it's still creating higher highs is because the long-term trend stays. See, the short-term trend comes down, but then it starts to come back up, but the long-term trend stays up. So what this means is as the short-term trend comes back up, look, short-term trend down, comes back up, boom, price comes up even further. Short-term trend comes down again, but long-term trend stays up. So now when the short-term trend comes right back up, it's going to push the price higher because that long-term trend is still up. Short-term trend comes down again, long-term trend stays up, short-term trend comes back up, creates a new high. Only when the long-term trend comes down will you start to see lows being created. Now you'll start to see lows being created. So as this is going to squeeze, they're going to squeeze and they're going to come closer and closer until they intersect, and then it's going to come down. Or it could go up from there. But once the long-term trend starts going down with it, that's when the price starts going down. So this pattern right here actually is a good example of a ascending triangle. It's pretty much how ascending triangles are working. It's pretty much how they work. So it's going to slowly but surely grind upwards. It might even do it one more time, unless the ascending triangle is a bear trap. Like how we were mentioning before, if this ascending triangle is a bear trap, or I mean a bull trap, if it's a bull trap, then what you'll end up seeing is this coming out one more, but then both of them coming down. So yeah, that's pretty much why you're seeing the momentum continuing upwards as the short-term trend comes down. So the white line is the short-term trend. So yeah, if the short-term trend is leading the way, that means when that short-term trend drops, price drops tremendously. But if the long-term trend is leading the way, the price is only going to drop temporarily for the short-term trend because it's a short term. And then once it comes back up, price is going to shoot up even higher. So that's pretty much how we got that going on. The notification don't be working. Yeah, I know. Kick sucks. But honestly, Kick is nice because like you can do whatever. Like you can literally do whatever. If I was on Kick right now, I could literally play music in the background that's copyrighted, and I'll get no copyright strikes. On YouTube, they'll literally take the stream down and give me a strike. You get 3 copyright strikes on YouTube, they delete your channel. So yeah, Kick is crazy. What do you think about Keyboard Cat? I've never heard of that, honestly. Got you, understand now? Yep, no problem. So yeah, Jeremy Durham mentioned Baby Doge. But yeah, like I was mentioning with Baby Doge, we're inside of a bear flag here. Perfect example for the percent hour trend exhaustion. If this short-term trend starts pulling back and the long-term trend doesn't completely follow it, we're going to see a push down below our bear flag. And that might be what's setting up for Baby Doge right now. But honestly, the main thing about Baby Doge is not technical, right? Baby Doge is at a point right now where the technicals are kind of getting thrown out the window. And you can see exactly what I mean. Short-term trend, whenever it far exceeds the long-term trend, massive price drops, and momentum continues downwards. As you can see here, massive price drop on that one. Again, massive price drop, and momentum is going to continue downwards. So yeah, with Baby Doge, it just all depends on the team at this point, on what they decide to do, because they've been dumping on people. And for the longest time, I was hopeful that they weren't taking the money out and like just dumping and not developing. And I remember I would fight for them. I would be like, yeah, I think they're like, I would fight for those people. I would say, I think they're taking the money to use to develop Baby Doge, But then as time goes on, you're like, they're not developing nothing. They're literally not putting, like, they're promising a wallet. Where's the wallet? They're promising a card. Okay, it's like a digital card. It's nothing. They're promising all this stuff, but it's not coming. But you're still seeing them take out money every single day, right? And this is all the burns they've been doing. They've been doing pretty big burns recently. So that's good. They have been doing burns. There's been burns. Wait, no, this is the burn wallet. I meant to click on this right here. But yeah, there have been burns recently, so I guess that's good. But their transactions are too easy to follow. The UNCX Network Security Token Investing, that's the dev wallet. Like, look, we're gonna click here, here, and here, and here, and here. So this is their transactions for the last 40 days, right? So this is the first one. They break it down into 3 different wallets. 1, 2, 3. All right. So when you look at that, then it comes into this wallet, 135,000. This wallet they use to sell, and they sell it to Gate.io. So they sold to Gate.io here, but they haven't sold the rest that they sent to this wallet. They'll probably eventually do it, but they sold a lot of coins. Look, million, billion, trillion, 83 trillion. They sold 83 trillion to Gate.io. Where's that money going? And then that third one right here, the third transaction for the first wallet that it sent to. A bunch of transactions, so it gets kind of dicey, kind of hard to track it. But all you got to do is click on one. So it still has 1.2 million in this wallet. Still 1.2 million. Yeah, no, it's gonna be too hard to track. Yeah, they've been getting smarter. They've been getting smarter with how they watch their trades and how they distribute the money, which is it's kind of criminal in a way when you think about it. They've been getting smarter with how they steal the money. I don't know what all these wallets are and why all the money's going here. Million, billion, like that's nothing. So I'm not gonna say they're taking money out of this. Maybe they paid someone in Baby Doge, or maybe not. See, I don't know. They sold a bunch to this wallet, million, billion, trillion, 6.4 trillion. They sold 67 days ago. They sold a lot, million, billion, trillion, 2 trillion. All right. And then what? This one, some money came in. A little bit of money came in on this one. So yeah, it's kind of hard to track these wallets. They sent money to this wallet, but it's like bare minimum. It's like nothing. This is one of their sell wallets. I'm guessing because every time any money gets sent to them from the dev wallet, it immediately gets sold to BitGet. You can see like all the money here. Oh, here's the dollar signs. Perfect. 20,000, 28,000. Like, where's all this developing money going? 18,000, 20,000, 19,000. Like, I wish I had like 19K every day to withdraw. 19, 16, 18, 17. Like, you know, just stupid numbers. And it keeps happening. Keeps happening. Stupid numbers. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna check these 3 wallets. Oh yeah, we're not gonna be able to follow that. 33K out of there. Yeah, I'm not gonna follow that. Too much money to follow. This was the same wallet right there. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Gate.io 33,000. This. Bunch of money being sent to these wallets. I'm only gonna click one of them because in the first one I clicked, yeah, they're selling the Binance on this one. 7 days ago, 52K. 20 days ago, 35K. 58 days ago, 95K. 68K, 71 days ago. So yeah, I mean they bled the holders out dry. MEXC 40 days ago, 20K. 40 days ago, 18K. 40 days ago, 19K. 40 days ago, they literally took out over $300,000 out of, like, split between different wallets. So they're literally bleeding their holders out dry. So yeah, I can't defend that. I can't. They're bleeding everybody out. So the hope is at some point from here we go to 8Z1 or 8Z2. I'll just buy and hold. Yeah, and honestly, I've seen how Baby Doge works in the past. This is the type of project where there's people who will forever be Baby Doge holders, and they will forever buy it and forever try to pump it when it's at certain levels. So there's no doubt in my mind that it won't get back up to $1. I don't know if I said that right, but pretty much or not $1, 8Z1. I don't know what I just said, but I'm pretty sure it can get back up to 8Z1. It's almost 5 in the morning, so you gotta forgive me. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it can get back up to 8Z1. It's just when. And that's the thing. I mean, at these levels, these are the type of levels that you want to be buying a project like Baby Doge at. Like, it has diehard holders, diehard fans. It's just the problem is the developers are bleeding the holders dry. They're literally taking everything. Like, they're literally taking and selling coins left and right. But it's like from this point all the way up to 8Z1 is 150%. 150% in gains. So this is actually pretty good. I mean, it's actually a pretty good buying price, right? So 150%, we're pretty much looking at 2.5x, right? A 2.5x. So like if you had 1,000, 2.5x, you're going to 2,500, right? 10,000, you're going to 25,000. So I think Baby Doge has some potential, especially if you're only looking for it to get to 8Z1. Now, if you take it to the next level, like how you mentioned 8Z2, like if it does that now, buying in at the current price, you're still looking at like stupid money, like a stupid gain, like good gains, 400% from where we are now. 400%. So up 100%, up 200%, up 300%, up 400% total. Like that's crazy. That's a lot. So yeah. So yeah, what was I looking at? I forgot what I was about to say. But yeah. So I don't know if it'll go all the way back up to 8Z2 anytime soon, but 8Z1 is possible. And during a bull market, I think this thing might do well. But I personally would like to buy it at a lower price, right? Like maybe like 50 million market cap. I don't know. I don't know if it will get down that low. So I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, shout out to everybody out there watching the stream. If you guys haven't hit the like button, definitely hit that like button on the stream. Yeah, definitely hit the like button on the screen. I'm saying screen. Look, it's 4:30 in the morning here in the Philippines. As you guys can see, I'm super tired. Definitely send some donations, some super chats. It'd be greatly appreciated. And then let me know what you guys want me to go over next. Also, I have my crypto wallets linked for Solana and BNB if you guys want to donate through there. That would also be greatly appreciated. Let me know what you guys want me to cover now. Oh, I already have those links pinned. Yeah. Yeah, so let me know what you guys want to cover now. What the heck is ODEI? I've never heard of that, honestly. I'll look it up, but yeah, it's probably a scam. Anything with AI at the end of it, any crypto with AI at the end of it, it's probably going to be a scam. So yeah, probably a scam. I can tell you within 5 seconds of looking at it, though, whether or not it's a scam. ODEI 27%. This coin is built on Base, which gives it a little more credibility. A little, but it's still probably a scam. Still probably a scam. AI generates text. You do all the work. Prompt, copy, paste, verify, blah, blah. Alright, so they pretty much don't have any product. And they're just marketing the AI name. Token holders. Well, they don't have that many, so obviously it's going to be concentrated to the top wallets. 71% is held by the top 100 holders, which is normal for a small project. Top one, I mean, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's a scam, maybe not. The human API R&D. Yeah, I don't trust any of these coins or any of these AI coins. And this is annoying. Like, show all the different trajectories for the website. Stop doing all these text. Request access. Like, why do y'all gotta make it so difficult? Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a scam. Anything with AI built like that is a scam. It's built like a scam too. Like they're making you invest into waiting for their product early access. It's a scam. It's all a scam. Can you show how you trade MicroStrategy? I actually haven't done that in probably a month or maybe even 2. I've only been trading SPY actually, because Bitcoin's been too volatile. So, but what I can say is when I was, the reason why you see all these white lines, they're like micro support and resistance areas. And I just look at different support and resistance areas on the 1 minute chart. Areas where it had a major reversal. And I just mark those areas because usually when it hits those areas, it's going to have another reversal. So, for instance, if we keep going up, the next one will be at 132. Right here, you can do a put, and it'll probably come back down to 129 before coming up higher or before going down lower. So, you know, just opening puts at the resistance, opening calls at supports. But it's not that simple, though. It sounds simple, but it's not. That's why I prefer doing SPY. And I couldn't make a trade today. So I'm not the guru. I'm not the trading guru. Even though I have super good technical analysis, you know, my technical analysis are always super good, super sound. Trading is all about psychology, and the psychology part got the best of me today. Because, you know, Trump started talking and I got scared. I'm going to tell you right now, Trump started talking and that scared me. And when you're trading, you don't want any emotions. And I got super emotional, right? And I didn't do any trades. All I seen was Trump Trump starts talking, we start dumping, and I'm like, oh, I'm no longer trading today because I'm not trying to risk any unnecessary losses. So yeah, usually when there's like an announcement, like with any type of press conference with Trump or the Fed, I don't like trading those days because it's almost not worth it. Like if you get a win, it can be a really big win, but the losses can be just as big. So I like it to be calculated. You can't really calculate what's going to happen when Trump talks. Like when Trump talks, you best listen. Chart Siren, please. I'll chart Siren if you tell me whether or not you got scammed by Siren. So did you lose money in Siren? Because I tried to warn a lot of people to get out of it, but I want to know, did you lose money inside of Siren? But yeah, I'll pull it up for you. But I want to hear you say it. Yeah. Unfortunately, these pump and dumps burn a lot of people. I got burned by CoAI. I'll be honest. I got burned by CoAI. Even though I was charting CoAI and I was following it religiously, I still got burned. But yeah, like I said, it's a descending triangle. That's why it was breaking down descending triangles, bearish patterns, and it's a pump and dump, to say the least. Or that's saying the most at that point. Let's go to the hourly. Descending triangle. All right, so you might have some luck. You might have some luck if this isn't a bull trap. You have luck, but remember, there's always traps. What is the win rate of an ascending triangle? Is 72.77%. So the win rate of an ascending triangle is 72.77%. I just wanted to pull it up to show you. I got that remembered by heart. 72.77% is the win rate of an ascending triangle. Ascending triangles are bullish patterns. I know I'm kind of moving fast, so let me slow it down. Bullish pattern. As you can see here, that's an ascending triangle. Did you lose money on Siren? Jose V206. Yeah, so we'll see what happens on that. Supposed to be bullish. We're getting up here close to an overbought area, so there's still a possibility for it to push and break out, but the real question is how far will it push and break out. Personally, I would be looking to stop within this zone. We have that is the zone that you're going to want to look out for Siren. If it breaks out, I'm not sure if it'll even be able to get past this zone, which is past like 78 cents. So 70 to 78 cents. No, I shorted it all the way down. Oh, that's good. Yeah, what platform did you short on? Always curious to see what platform people are trading on. But yeah, might be a little breakout, and the breakout could be a bull trap, because if it stops here and then dumps here, then that means it was a bull trap. This is still a bullish signal, so I'm still expecting some type of breakout towards the top. But the real question is, how far will it break out? And will it even continue when it gets up there? Or will it just dump where it's at now? But yeah, this is an ascending triangle. And we do have this area, which is like a good liquidity zone. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. was waiting to jump back in on a short. Oh, you're waiting for a short. Yeah, I wouldn't do it yet. I would wait and see if it can't get past 80 cents. Well, 78 cents technically. If it can't get past 78 cents and it starts to dump from there, then that would be a good sign to start shorting. Who knows? Maybe I'll short alongside of you. Let's see if I don't think Siren is actually on Advantis. No, I don't think they are. I've been getting messages from Mexi to partner with them, and nobody's been signing up for my Advantis Fi link. So I might partner with Mexi. Actually, no, someone has. All right, I got $24 in rebates. See, I'm open about this stuff. You know, I got one person who signed up for the link. Never mind, I'm not switching to Mexi. Yeah, sign up through my Advantis Fi link, guys. Because as you know, I don't do scam promos. I don't take scam coin promos. All of my money is either coming from trading, YouTube ad revenue, or these little affiliate links I got here. But I don't take scam coin promos. And people used to say I work for Baby Doge. Like, how do I work for Baby Doge? I literally disrespect them. Disrespect them every chance I get because they're literally stealing money from people. I did, LOL. Oh, you're the one who signed up. Wait, that's Chart Prime. Been getting. Oh no, you didn't sign up. You got wrecked by Siren. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Siren is. It annoys me with these scams. They're super annoying. All these scam coins, like they're making money off of people's hard-earned money. Like, don't worry, because I have gotten scammed plenty of times. I'm not gonna lie, I've gotten scammed by these scam coins a lot. But yeah, I finally got someone to sign up on my Advantis filing. So yeah, I guess I could actually show you guys how the trading works here. Oh shit! Access to our product is restricted in your location. Therefore, some functions are limited. I'm in the Philippines. Oh, okay. I got my US VPN on. Okay. Outside of the US, you can use Advantis. And I'm in the Philippines, and it actually works without the VPN in the Philippines. So if you change your VPN to Philippines, you can use Advantis 5, but you can't use it inside of US. But mine says I'm in Miami right now, so I try to keep it close to home so then I can log into banks and stuff. But yeah. Oh God. Now I stick to what I know. It's easy to get 7 through 10% a week. Facts. Compounding, just buying and holding. I only invest in XYO, AMP, Doge, Baby Doge, and XRP. I don't like Bitcoin because it costs money, or less than $1, more than $1. It costs more than $1. I see what you mean. But let's be honest, Bitcoin is going to be the best, always. Solana is a good option, and Ethereum is a good alternative. Bitcoin is just nice to follow Bitcoin, but Bitcoin did better than most altcoins this season. Hands down, it did better than most altcoins. BTCC, SUI. Okay, you want me to cover SUI, BTCC? You be getting rent. Nah, I signed up for Advantis. I actually like the platform though. Oh, okay, you say you did. Oh, okay, shout out to you. But yeah, I mean, Advantis is good. It's a good platform. I like it. And let me click trade. Damn. The problem is I can't change the VPN during the live stream, or it's gonna shut down the live stream. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it because it says no access to our products. Access to our products and services restricted in your location. So I got to turn my VPN off, but it's gonna shut the live stream down, which sucks. I'm gonna have to remember to not do that next time. I do want to do some live trading because you can do a lot of stuff. You can trade Forex, Bitcoin, stocks. You can trade Advantis itself. I do want them to add some more altcoins here. I need to try to find a way to get some contact with them. But I think it's a good platform, especially if you're just sticking with like Bitcoin and Ethereum. They have the most volume. Like Ethereum has the most volume at $754 million. $754 million. Open interest 1 million. Bitcoin 305 million for 24-hour trading volume. Open interest at 2 million. Solana 24-hour trading volume 102 million. Open interest 616k. 3 million the US dollar to Japan, to the Japanese yen. Gold, people love trading gold on Advantage too. 2.9 million. Tesla, and then it kind of drops off a little bit there. Wait, I want to do it from highest to lowest. Yeah. Advantage. So yeah, zero slippage. That's a good one. And then CFP, zero slippage. Okay, so yeah, Advantage is pretty cool. I just wish I wasn't logged into this VPN. BTCC has a good selection. Yeah, I think they're good too. I get emails from all these different. Is my mic good? Yeah, it's still alive. I get emails from all these different companies, all these different trading exchanges. The reason why I no longer am with MEXC is because the second I started making money, like somebody with big money, like a millionaire, literally signed up through my MEXC link. I'll never forget this, and this is why I'm not going to sign up with MEXC again. A millionaire literally signs up with my MEXC link. In 24 hours, millions of dollars are traded through my link. Well, almost a million. I think it was almost. But literally, within 24 hours, $100, another $100, another, and then boom, it stops. And then they say, you have this long to withdraw your money before your account is shut down for being outside of the restricted area, or pretty much being inside of the United States. And when I signed up through a VPN, but they knew I was an American creator, and when they messaged me, they knew I was an American creator, and they still made me an account. They made me an account, and my VPN said I was in Miami too. Like, I'm in Miami, I'm in Florida, I'm in the United States, and they let me have an account. But the second I start making real money and bringing them big money, they cut me off, they delete my account, and literally locked away from the money on there. The second the money started to build. So that's why I will not use MEXC, and I will not sign up with them. I still use it to do futures every now and then. But yeah, BTCC is a good one. There's a few other ones that hit me up. But I want to stay away from centralized exchanges for that reason. Because the same way they locked my account, anyone who signs up and who lives in America, if you start trading through there and you start making a lot of money, they might just lock your account too. If they notice you're banking, like boom 10K, boom 10K. If they notice you're starting to bank, they might lock your account on you and take that money, and you ain't getting it back because it's not approved in the U.S. So there's no way you can get it back. It has oil, silver, gold, and some tokenized stocks. They mad you were getting money. Once you made the account, they flagged you. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I had my MEXC account for over a year, and I was partnered with them for a year. But the problem was I was only making like $50 a month. Like, once they start to see that I got closer to thousands and thousands and thousands flowing in, now all of a sudden it's a problem. Now I get taken off. And now I still have the same people that recruited me onto MEXC hitting me up again saying, join MEXC. Like, how are y'all going to try to re-recruit me after you cut my money off? Like, where's the money at? Like, it's stupid. Now they're trying to get me back on the platform. I'm like, y'all literally kicked me off the platform and banned my account, and when I messaged you, nobody responded. But now everybody's messaging me back, wanting me to get back on the platform after nobody responded. Yeah. So I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all anymore. And honestly, I don't trust any of these centralized exchanges that aren't approved in the US. Because if they aren't approved in the US, you have absolutely no rights on the money that you're spending in there if you're in the US, right? Like if you're in the US and they're not approved in the US, you have no rights on that money. So the second you put your money in there, they can literally take it away and you can't do anything about it unless they're approved in the US, like Coinbase, Crypto.com, stuff like that. Look at APR chart. It was my short today. Might dump more. CoinRabbit shady too. CoinRabbit. I don't know if I heard of them. Yeah, I don't know if I've heard of CoinRabbit. What's APR though? I'm gonna look it up on CoinGecko because I don't know what it is. Seems like shorts weren't too good for this today. Well, no, you could have made shorts on this today. There and there. Okay. So yeah, I did good on shorts on that. But yeah, I think I should start trading live on Avantis. If I do that, it's more than likely just going to be Bitcoin shorts. 500x leverage. That's. Why does it say 500x right there? No, it's wrong. But anyways. So yeah. Let's say you put 1,000, 75x leverage. You're going in with like a $72,000 size. Oh, my back hurts. Estimated liquidation, 69K. Current price, 69.8. Loss rebate, 0 slippage. Estimate, this is what you guys got to pay attention to. Estimated hourly borrow fee, $1.28. So every single hour you're going to be paying $1.28. And then your open fee, just to open it, you're paying $33.75. And that's because it's 0.045 of the position size. So you pretty much have to make more than $35 on the first hour, and then after that just $1 every more, which doesn't even matter. So you pretty much have to make more than $35 to be profitable on a trade on here with 75x leverage. If you're trading $1,000, 75x leverage, so you can easily make $35. And that's why I like Advantage. It's very straightforward. They tell you your fee structure here. They tell you the liquidation price, your loss rebate, and loss protection offers a safety net to traders on the less skewed side, encouraging balanced market activity and safeguarding liquidity providers by mitigating risk and guaranteeing tiered protection against losses. Zero slippage, you will receive a benefit of 0% opening this trade. There are no spreads for closing this trade. No spreads. So when you close it is when you close it. Capiche. All right. 69.859. So you also got to remember every Bitcoin chart is different. Kind of. You see how this is 69.868. This is 69.850. That it could be that small difference definitely matters. The only thing I don't like is that you can't pull up the percent hard trend exhaustion on this. There it is. Williams percent R. Maybe it'll be on the Williams percent R. No. So something that is kind of similar. The stochastic RSI is similar to the percent R trend exhaustion. So you could also use that if you don't have it on there. The stats RSI. But I don't really need it to do that. But I don't know. I don't like using charts on these platforms. I prefer to use trading view charts. Trading view charts are 1,000 times better. Let me see if we can see Advantis. Nope, they're not on here yet. So yeah, that would be nice if they can get put on here. $875, $866. Yeah, I mean, that small difference makes a huge difference. I could probably do it with just the MACD, honestly. So yeah, I guess I'll start doing this live. A short would be good right now. All right, that's a good idea. Hey, big shout out to Rolling with Toshi with that $2 super chat. First super chat of the live stream. Big shout out to Rolling with Toshi right there. Zebec looks like XCN January 25th. Tier 1 listing soon. Let me check that out. It was all good till you started running your pockets up. Yep. Mexi was moving shady. CoinRabbit, you can use your own crypto as collateral to get a loan through the website, but you're subject to liquidation if it reaches a certain threshold price. And see, these exchanges can change the price. Like, you notice how on some exchanges, randomly, like a coin will drop literally like 90% and then immediately go back up 90%. And it's like, how did that happen? Like, people just got liquidated for a glitch. Like, they do that on these shady exchanges outside the US. What does the zero slippage option mean? So slippage is pretty much like you set an order, and like when you set the order, like, so let's say you're doing like a market order, and then the price randomly just drops like 5%, but immediately back up 5%. Like, zero slippage means when it does that, it's not gonna cut you 5% right there. It's not gonna cut you off 5%. It's gonna put it at the price that you set it at. So if it changes drastically the second you set your price, then it's not gonna take that money from you like that. I was doing pretty good, and then the trouble to get the money off of the website occurred, and it takes days because you have to go through artificial intelligence, and then the actual people reply slow. Yeah, that's a huge issue with all of them. The best experience I've had with exchange has been Crypto.com, hands down. Crypto.com, hands down. Like, they message back really quick, and I've had a couple problems which they resolved in literally seconds, well, minutes. But yeah, I'm about to check Zebec for you. Big shout out to Rolling with Toshi again. Can you do a tutorial on the percent R trading option? I'll do that in a second. I've been using it, but still trying to learn, especially on the 4 hour. It gives you a good idea. Yeah, I'll cover that, and I'll probably just cover that while I cover Zebec here for Rolling with Toshi. Looks like XCN tier 1 listing soon, possibly. Zebec has tier 1 capabilities, honestly. Honestly, I haven't looked too much into Onyx Coin. I've done some research into it, but I haven't done too much. Well, let's pull up Zebec. I mean, just the branding in general of Zebec too, it's pretty good. It's still up 175% in the last year. Let's see if we can see them teasing anything. Okay. Getting into the PayFi. 100K holders, a significant milestone for Zebec and the ecosystem. 4 years in, Zebec continues bringing traditional payment products on-chain, from stablecoin payroll to global card access. Yeah, Zebec has actual fundamentals. Tangent wallet, we're on the one year after our first spaces with, what is this, Dr. Martin. Oh, okay, with Uphold. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, actually they might be getting some tier 1 listings. Robinhood has been adding a lot of different projects. I think Robinhood would be right up their alley if they're getting listed to Uphold. Robinhood would be right up their alley. Yeah, it's not on Robinhood yet. But yeah, it would definitely be up their alley. So Uphold. I'm pretty sure they're on Uphold already though. Well, Liberty Financial. All right, let's do a technical on Zebec here. Yeah, they definitely need tier 1 listing. They're on all these oddball exchanges. Okay, let's see. Let's do the 4 hour. My trust wallet got glitched 5 years ago. Said I had 355 million in my account. Folks sold their positions on a glitch, but the recovery was nice. It was nice. Yeah, that happened to me before with trust wallet. But the day when one of these centralized exchanges put a glitch on my account, I'm withdrawing that money. But I've seen people have done that and they've been arrested for not giving it back or sued, which is kind of dumb because like that's not my fault. Y'all made a mistake. But that's my money now. Okay, so percent R trend exhaustion. We're on the 4 hour chart for Zebec. And the MACD. Let me establish some significant support areas. So we already have the Fibonacci right there. So right here we have multiple resistance areas, and then we had the major breakout that happened right after that one, and we got these other resistance areas here repeatedly being hit. Probably have more back here. Don't even have to look because it is set in stone. Yep, so that is a good resistance area. We have some more areas back here, same supports. Hit it there. Okay. Just double checking, making sure all these levels are correct. So that is one support that we'll be hitting if we drop low. So right here, you see this wick here hit there, and that one hit there. Willing to bet there are some more kind of here, not really. Okay, briefly hitting here, resistance there, same there, resistance, 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 okay, resistance, okay. So this is another level that we'll keep marked. Alright, so let's say we are to, and then I also want to do our resistance. Shoot. I'll do a zone here because that's a bigger area there. Okay, so what's good, Marcellus? Hey, what's good, GL Clothing? Just doing some technical analysis here. About to break down this %R trend exhaustion on Zebec network. So yeah, so the long-term trend here is pulling back on the %R trend exhaustion as well as the short-term. So, you know, blue line short-term, white line is the or blue line long term. It's 5 a.m. over here, so I'm gonna be stuttering a lot. White line is the short term, blue line is the long term trend. If we start seeing this short term trend coming back up at this equilibrium line, this little gray line here, then that could also send the long term trend up too, and both of the trends will go up at the same time. But if both of these start continuing downwards, we're just going to see the price dropping and dropping. So yeah, we got good support, 0.0025, but it's probably going to end up breaking that support, honestly, if we keep going down on this downward trend. So 0.0024 could be coming next for Zebec. But yeah, Zebec is actually looking good. I'm not gonna lie, Zebec is looking good. The cup and handle, cup, and then handle. Yeah, so this is looking like it could be a cup and handle pattern. So we'll have to wait and see if that is. It's kind of looking like a cup and handle though. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, it is looking like a cup and handle on Zebec. Zcash. Okay, so Zcash did something interesting. It came up here to the top of this descending triangle that I had set out for it. My prediction was for it to come down to $1.20. But it has since broken out upwards, and it's actually trading within a ascending triangle now. But it's just barely coming out of its descending triangle. So we have an ascending triangle here building for Zcash, but it's just now coming out of an overall descending triangle. So we'll see if the descending triangle was a bear trap or if the ascending triangle that we are in is a bull trap. We'll have to see there. Getting overbought in the %R trend exhaustion, so we should be pulling back in Zcash any moment now. I don't want to see it push up to 305, but I still believe it'll hit $1.20. Maybe it'll take longer, maybe not. Toshi. What do we got on Toshi? Okay, so yeah, I was right with Toshi. We had this bearish pennant, this bear pennant. Toshi broke down on the bear pennant, and like I was mentioning before, the low for Toshi is at 0.00015. So I don't know where it'll go after it goes down that low, but it does look like it's heading towards that area. So after that, I don't know where it's gonna go, but yeah, it's looking like it's coming down there. So we're gonna see that pullback in Toshi too, and then Avantis. Yeah, Avantis just created new lows. Like, and see, this is what I mean with these newer coins. They're entering price discovery mode. So we can't really know the bottom for any of these coins that are new because they haven't had a bottom yet. They haven't had a previous bottom to calculate where the next bottom will be. Because as you can see, like this one was right here. Because all of this was price discovery and then it hit this level. And then we had our new bottom. But now that we broke it, and then we enter price discovery again, and then we have our new bottom right there, and it might continue to happen like that over and over again until we hit an actual bottom. So we won't really know until the actual bottom, which when you see it hitting the bottom twice, that's called a double bottom, which is a bullish pattern. Double bottoms, bullish double bottom, those are bullish patterns. So even though it was just the wick that hit the bottom there, it's still touched. So we had boom, 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 boom. We had the double bottom right there. No surprise that this wick hit the top of this area here, hit that resistance up there. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens here with that. Zebec looks ready to move. Target after 0.007 is 0.015. I think where are we at? CBCN. I gotta mark this because I can't keep looking for it like that. Mexi, I think it was the one. Yeah. Let me add this to my watch list real quick. What the hell? We really gotta type it in. Okay. Let me pull that back up. Target after 0.007 is 0.015. Oh, you're setting the target way up here. Now I think you're getting a little too far ahead of yourself on that target at 0.007, because 0.015 is far ahead. But yeah, I think you're way too far ahead of it. 0.007 is at that Fibonacci out there. But yeah, eventually I think so. It's going to be hard inside of a bear market though. Like Zebec will have to defy all odds, which it kind of is. At the moment, it is defying all odds compared to all the other altcoins. Like all the other altcoins, they're all doing bad. Zebec is doing good. 15% last 7 days, 5% last 14, 30% last 30 days, still 175% in the last year. So Zebec is defying all odds, but that would be like a big push. 170%, and then 0.015. So I guess if you have that long-term goal, I can see what you're saying. But yeah, and I would say 0.011, not 0.015, because that's the next Fibonacci at 0.011 after 0.007. But realistically, in like a short-term point of view, because I usually just do short-term projections, I do see Zebec eventually coming up here at 0.003. Well, that's 0.0031, because all these resistance areas up here, it seems like this is a huge resistance area for Zebec. So I think if we hit that, we might get rejected at that level if we get up to 0.0031. Yeah. How long are we in on this stream? Oh shoot, where are we? With what, 3 hours in? Wait, are we? Let's close this. 2 hours in. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, does anyone have any recommendations? Or maybe any donations? 2 hours in. Yeah. Alright. I don't like that sound. So yeah, does the background anyone noise. Have any? I don't like the background noise. Recommendation. I'm gonna have to do the noise canceling on this mic. Alright. What's good, GL close? Oh yeah, I already responded to that. Zebec needs a nice tier 1 listing. Even in a bear market, it's possible, but highly unlikely. It's crypto, never know what will happen. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, by the end of the year, this bear market is going to be over. So Zebec, with it already kind of cooking up now, who knows how they'll be starting into the bull market for next year, because they're already doing pretty good. So I wouldn't be surprised if next year they're taking over. But yeah. All right, so yeah, I don't know what to cover now. We've kind of covered a lot of the altcoins, covered Bitcoin, we covered the SPY, S&P 500. So yeah, we've covered a lot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream if no one has any suggestions here. So shout out to everybody for pulling up to the live stream. Usually just a sweater says I'm out later, man. Yeah, I'm about to be out too. It's 5 a.m. here. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next stream. And yeah, for this next stream, I'm thinking, when should the next stream be? Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not going to plan out the next stream because this one was impromptu also. I usually don't plan them out. I just start up the live stream. But yeah, market cycle lasts 4 years bear. Nah. I don't think we're going to have a 4-year bear market. I think you mean like 4 years bull and then a bear. I don't know. But yeah, no 4-year bear market if that's what you mean. What makes you think it'll cover next year? Everyone better like before they go. LOL. Yeah, definitely like before y'all go. But the reason why I would say I think it's gonna be the bull market into next year is because usually they only last a year. That's usually how it's been looking. Like, you come back here, we see all the way back here, 2014 bear market, 86% drop. 2018 bear market, 83% drop. And like you can see back here, this is 413 days for that one in 2014. 364 days, just shy of a year, pretty much a year, on the 2018 bear market. 2022 bear market lasted the same amount of time, 364 days to the bottom. And then now, I would assume it'd also be, 364 days, 365 days. So I'm assuming it's going to be a good year. Yeah, so by the end of the year, I think this is going to be over. And really, what I do is I put it from the all-time high, like the top, to the bottom. So if we're doing it from that perspective, then this bear market is going to be from this top here at October 25th, October 25th, all the way down to, if we're doing the same 364 days as the last two, and I predict around 28 to 30K, and that is because that was a good support. Where was that at? Good support back here, and I did the calculations. It was like a certain percentage. I forgot. Oh yeah, 77% there. Yeah, so if it was going to be 77% like last time, then we would be looking at about 28K. Yeah, about 29 to 28K, and that's why I put it 29 right there. But that would be 364 days right over here. 77%, like the last one is 364, because if we go back here, like this one was 86%, right? 86%, 413 days. This one dropped 83%, 364 days. This one dropped 77%, 364 days. And the percentages are getting smaller and smaller. I will say that. Because we go from 86% to 83% to 77%. So hypothetically speaking, maybe I'm wrong about the 77. And it goes slightly lower, like how it was before. Or slightly higher or lower on the percentage, whatever one that means. But yeah, 74% would be this one, if we're doing it by the same percentages. Because like 86% minus 83, we're looking at a 3% change. 77% minus 74, we're also looking at a 3% change. So if there are 3% changes every time, then 74%, it should stop at 30K, like 30 to 31K. This one says 31K. So, but yeah, like a 30K, 364 days. That's what it was looking like last time. So yeah, that's pretty much why I'm looking at it from this perspective. And that means October technically should be the bottom. Technically. That's pretty much how I was breaking it down. Yes, that's the trend of the cycle historically, end of 2021. I'm just wondering if we're going up or down tonight on Bitcoin. Just kind of waiting. Yeah, it is hard to tell right now. Wow, I misremembered, which is nearly impossible. They changed something. I don't know if they changed it. Maybe you're looking at the stock market, because yeah, the stock market is a lot different. I don't think you misremembered something, because if you go to the stock market before like recent times, like that is kind of how the bear markets worked. Yeah, because if you look at the stock market from all the way back here, like you can see like bull market 1995 all the way up to 2000, 5 years straight. And then bear market from 2000, well, the end of 2000 down to 2003. And it was the end of 2000. So like bear market was pretty much 2.25 years. Bull market from the 2003 all the way up to 2007. And then that bear market from the end of 2007 down to mid 2009. So you're looking at 1.5 years there. And then that bull market from 2009, because like people always talk about 2008, but that wasn't really that big of a deal. Well, I mean, it was pretty big. I wasn't an adult back then, so I can't say it wasn't a big deal. I don't know what I was doing back in those days, so I can't say how I was actually living through those times. But we've been in a strong bull market since 2009. I mean, we've had bear markets, but they've been super short. Like they've been either 1 year or less than 1 year bear markets. Like the last real bear market we had was 2022, which was 1 year for the COVID bear market. And we haven't had anything similar to that since then. So yeah, if we do have a bear market, it'll probably be a year. The S&P 500, the SPY, is gonna come down right to here. Possibly. And then that would end up breaking that cycle though if it did. But it already came down to there once, so I don't think it'll do it again. So I think what it'll do is come back to this next region, this next zone right here, which will probably be eventually right here. That's kind of how I see it. Or it may just come straight down to there. So yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, the percent R trading exhaustion on the monthly chart for the SPY, super overbought. And then on Bitcoin, it's halfway down to the oversold area. Yeah, it's halfway down there. All right, let's bring back the weekly. Okay, so Bitcoin is getting closer to the bottom of this ascending triangle, but I think it's about to reverse upwards. We'll see. Actually, a lot of selling pressure right there. So yeah, I mean, there's a possibility it can keep dumping down. Definitely a possibility. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. Shout out to you guys for showing up. Shout out to Rolling with Toshi for that $2 super chat. Greatly appreciated. You sponsored the whole show today. The whole show. Where are we almost at 3 hours? Yeah. 2 and some change. But yeah, shout out to you guys for showing up. Shout out to the people for interacting with the chat. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to Jimmy Durham, Kenneth, usually just Sweater already signed out. Rolling with Toshi, shout out to you for that super chat. Shout out to GL Clothing, Jose B206, and everybody else. Big shout out to everybody. But yeah, I'll probably try to do at least 1 or 2 live streams per week. And I want to start trading during the live streams, but I don't know. It's kind of difficult to trade live. It's like another mental barrier you have to get past, because then it's like you really don't want to lose live. Whereas when I'm not trading live, I'm not thinking about losing. I'm thinking about all the different trades I need, all the different possibilities for trades. But if you're sitting there thinking about losing, then there's a chance you're gonna lose. But yeah, I'm gonna try to trade live. Shout out to Kenneth. Says have a good one. But yeah, shout out to you. Have a good day, everybody. It's a good night for me. It's 5:32 a.m. I'm about to go to sleep. But yeah, till next time.